Okay, we were live just about half an hour ago.
20 minutes.
And we said that stick on with us because today the roadmap for Indian cricket is going to be decided, and because exit poll are the flavor of the day everywhere else, we have gone a step ahead and given you the election results. Everyone can do exit polls. We are giving you the election results. People are fighting for 5 states. We are giving you 3 formats. Election result is out, and we were going to break those formats one by one. But before I get into the details from everyone present here, कैसा महसूस हो रहा है, कैसा लग रहा है?
Very happy, happiest on top of the world.
Why one of your favorites is
No,
in the squad or something?
my favorites are not in the squad. That's why.
अरे तो इतनी खुशी है.
Haha.
I'm also. I think it's a step in the right direction. Finally, we managed to, and kudos to Ajit Agarkar for taking a brave call, showing us the blueprint now as to what it is going to be like for the Indian team. The blueprint, I would say, was set when that squad announcement of the World Cup also had taken place, where you were looking at brave calls being taken then as well. He's just gone ahead and ensured that there is a certain plan in mind, and now it's going to be followed.
Yes, Mr. Dias.
I'm just relieved, first and foremost. Big relief that you didn't end up taking those 2 steps back that I was dreading and that a lot of us were dreading. You've not done that. You've stuck with the course, and it's not easy. It's not. It's very tempting to try and reset or go back to what what you're familiar with. They've not done that. So, kudos. But there is one thing that I am little concerned about. It's specifically mentioned that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli had asked for rest in the white ball format. So it's not, they have specifically mentioned that they have asked for rest in the white ball format. It's not like they have been dropped or something.
But that is being said for 1 year now. That is being said for 1 year.
We'll get to that. Okay, he makes a point which is written below. We'll get to that. But first, let me give you the T20 squad that India has selected for the series in South Africa. Remember, 3 T20Is. So you've got Yashasvi Jaiswal, who's currently playing T20s versus Australia. Shubman Gill comes back, as he should have. Ruturaj Gaikwad is there currently, as you know. Tilak Verma is there currently, as you know. Sky is there as captain currently, as you know. And because we had told you earlier on Sports Today that even now Hardik is not fully fit, is not available for selection, so it's Sky who's continuing. Obviously, if Hardik was available, he comes in, he takes over the captaincy. So Sky continues as captain. Rinku Singh is part of the series, and what a series he's having, he's there. Shreyas Iyer comes back, no surprise there. Everyone expected him to come back into the T20 fold, so he should have. So again, just like Shubman, Shreyas coming back, right call. Ishan is currently part of the team, no surprises there, he continues. Jitesh Sharma was going to be the backup wicketkeeper. He's been like that for a few series now, hasn't got chances, but you've continued with that. That means, you have not gone to KL Rahul, that could have been an option. You've not gone to KL Rahul, you've also not gone to Sanju Samson. So these are some things we'll discuss in detail going forward. Ravindra Jadeja comes back as vice-captain, no surprises there. If he was available, he would need to come back, so he has. Washington Sundar, we've seen him. He's currently part of the squad as well, and we've seen him being with the team. He's there too. There's Ravi Bishnoi, who's also currently part of the T20 squad. He's there. Kuldeep Yadav comes back. No surprises there. We had mentioned it earlier when we were looking at what should be the Indian future T20 team look like. We'd pick Kuldeep to be there. He's a certified, bona fide wicket taker in every format. He should be there. He is. Ashdeep Singh continues. I think they are going to give him a long rope. He's had a mixed bag of a time, but I think, as we've seen a lot of bowlers being murdered in T20 format, so it's not just him per se. He continues. There's Mohammad Siraj who comes back, no doubt about that. Mukesh Kumar also has been part of the team, current squad. He's there. Deepak Chair, as you know, has come into the team now for the T20 series. He's replaced Mukesh, so he will continue. Obviously, they want to see. A few omissions that I hear are that of Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami, which I think should be part of your T20 squad. But I guess with these fast bowlers, you've seen it in the past, even during the ODI World Cup time, that you were giving them enough resting time. You needed to manage their workload. So I'm not surprised that those two names are not there. Going forward, they should be.
Also, in the notes which the BCCI put on the release, they said that Mohammad Shami is currently undergoing medical treatment and his availability even for the red ball series is subject to fitness.
Yeah, but I'm saying even if he was fit, I wouldn't have been surprised that Mohammad Shami and Bumrah is not there, because these are the bowlers that play Test cricket also for you.
Sure.
And also, not as young as Mohammad Siraj, who can probably take on more workload. So them not playing. If you ask me, now summing up the squad, if you just bring in a Mohammad Shami and a Jasprit Bumrah into the mix, the only one name that is missing, is a bit surprising, Akshar Patel is not here. Huh?
Jadeja is the most like for like, and Washington Sundar gives them an off-spinning option.
Sure. You just bring in a Bumrah and a Shami into the mix, and this is not the squad, but the bunch from which you should pick your T20 World Cup team. Ideally, the group. Your T20 World Cup team, because that will be 15 and this is way more than that, once you put in a Bumrah as well as a Shami.
Hardik Pandya.
And Hardik Pandya, sorry. Yeah. And a Hardik Pandya. Bring in a Hardik Pandya and a Jasprit Bumrah and a Mohammad Shami. And this should be your team or the bunch for the T20 World Cup, is how I see it. I'd love to know your opinion, so do send in your comments, we'll take that. But for the moment, I'll throw that question to the three folks with me. Is this your bunch? I've missed out on a name. You'll bring in any other name, eliminate?
No, I think this is your talent pool. And I remember after the World Cup, when the squad for the Australia team was announced, there was some consternation as to why there was no Sanju Samson and why there was no Yuzvendra Chahal. And reports then emerged afterwards, again quoting those all-important sources, saying that the BCCI were looking at a brand new talent pool for T20I cricket specifically. Based on this squad, I think you're seeing that come to fruition now, because you've moved on even from a Sanju and a Yuzi, at least for the time being. You're trying to make a new talent pool, and that new talent pool with Kuldeep Yadav being your main spinner, your backup wrist spinner then is Ravi Bishnoi. So you have in a way moved on from a Yuzi Chahal. And as for the wicketkeeper batter role, Jitesh Sharma is your backup to Ishan Kishan. So you moved on from a Sanju Samson as well, at least for the time being. So yes, this should be the team or your squad.
Yeah, I feel this is a complete squad if you look at it in that terms. At times you question stuff like you don't have an off spinner, so you have to, in the ODI format, as you had to go back to an R Ashwin. Here you have Washington Sundar in that way. You have a right arm leg spinner, you have a Chinaman also. So all bases are quite nicely covered. You have left-handers in the mix, so this is the well-balanced, perfect side, with not just for T20s also. This is, I think, more or less most of these players you are going to see for the Indian team in the long run also, and they are being backed, especially like Jitesh Sharma. I'm really happy to see that he has been kept in the side continuously, because he is someone who really impressed lower down the order. A wicketkeeper who can finish games for you. He has that potential he has shown in the IPL. So sticking on with him, because Ishan Kishan as a wicketkeeper gives you an option at the top order. Jitesh Sharma would give you that option in the middle order also. So if you have to mix someone like a Jitesh Sharma, if you have to keep a wicketkeeper somewhere in the batting order, that is something both of them will give different options also. So this is a well-rounded team in that sort.
Firstly, now that we've seen the T20 team, we'll get to the other teams and take your comments. Firstly, why you heard everyone saying relieved and happy, because let's face it, truth be told, we have been subjected to some very ordinary performances in T20 World Cups, at least the last two T20 World Cups, and T20 in general. I'm also counting that Asia Cup where you did not even reach the final. So the world had gotten to know, it was no secret, it was clear cut that you were behind the top 3-4 T20 teams. You were behind the curve in T20 cricket. You were playing the kind of T20 cricket that had become passé, that had become kind of old. That was certain, and nothing was being done about it. And we thought that the last disappointment in Adelaide would be a turning point, but then we also used to have a heart in the mouth with all the reports that would come. No, you're still going back, this one is good. Then of course the fan clubs, bringing out those data of runs, this many runs, this one. The fact is, runs does not matter. It's in the manner in which you play. It's not always highest runs, highest whatever. It's the template that a team has been following, and you see it. You've needed X factor players that have been winning you games on certain occasions with the kind of cricket that they play. That's how T20 cricket has gone, and we were not being able to play that. So I'm not saying that the new team you pick now, T20 World Cup, you'll win, but at least you needed to start somewhere of trying to play that cricket differently, and I'm very happy that that change has been made. A big thank you to the BCCI, and I'm only saying it as an Indian fan who has seen some of these losses very closely. And it's not also about losses. You know, you lost in the 2023 Cricket World Cup 50 over final also, but there I never felt that our team was behind the template or behind the curve. You had one bad day and you lost, that's fine. But in T20, irrespective of one bad day, one full day, you could clearly see India were not there, were not in line with our T20. That needed to change, so I'm very happy that it's been done. So kudos to, remember Ajit Agarkar, when he was brought about for exactly this reason, that you needed a senior enough player who could have the courage or the authority or, you know, that kind of image or, you know, his past international experience, where he could tell a few senior players, no, this is what is going to be done. Because the criticism was that, you know, you're making selectors who sometimes cannot take those calls and sometimes could be intimidated by a few youngsters. So bring in a player who can call a spade, who can look at Indian cricket objectively rather than looking at stars, and have that kind of a stature in cricket where he can say something and the stars would have no option but to, you know, take that word from him. And so I'm glad that is what Ajit Agarkar was brought for, and I'm glad that, you know, such steps have been taken. And I hope that this is the future of Indian T20 cricket as I see it. Now, the asterisk is what just now was pointed out to us. Shashwat pointed it out, that the press release says that we knew that Virat has made himself unavailable for the white ball series. Now we're getting to know that Rohit Sharma has also requested the board for a break from the white ball leg of the tour. Now my point is there a door open, and do you see that door allowing the entry of a few senior players? So one thing is certain, that Rahul is not in the mix of things in T20 cricket.
Yeah,
that's pretty much, you know, being spelled out. For Rohit and Virat, assuming they make themselves available, do you see a door open for them to come back into the Indian team? And if it is there, is it right or wrong?
I think there is a big door open for them.
Is it going to happen?
That we'll get to know in the month of March, April, May.
But do you think it is going to happen? That's why this is done?
A good IPL changes everything, nullifies everything that's been put out right now. And I'm very certain about that. Then again, those numbers about the World Cup will be pointed out again. You'll end up mixing formats, I know. But again, you'll be reminded to the world that this is who these two players or this one player was just 6 months back at the World Cup. You're looking at again a World Cup, you're looking at nerves, you're looking at whatnot, you're looking at big match players. These guys will continue to have the reputation of not just being leaders of the Indian cricket, but having put on those performances as well in big tournaments. And everything here will be nullified if there is a banger of an IPL, let's say, for either of those players.
Okay, a good IPL and they're back.
Yeah.
So basically, Rohit's not coming back then.
Could say, going by how the last few seasons have been for him. And
but
IPL trophy doesn't.
World Cup was very different.
His IPL numbers, he's right. They've been underwhelming for not 1, 2, but like 3 seasons. Even though he's won a couple of IPL titles in that interim, but just the trophy will not be good enough. You need numbers. You will need big numbers from Rohit Sharma to make everyone believe that he can play.
So you think this is going to happen? These two can still come back. This is not the definite. This is not. So the Indian cricket team has not. I was telling you, they're at a crossroad. They had to make a decision to go this side with a young, fresh approach in T20 after repeated failures, or keep the status quo going, keep bringing the senior players, keep going with that same approach. So while it seems they have taken the new approach, but you're saying it's only temporary. Eventually they are going to come back.
There is a bypass that these two guys can avail.
That's the thing. That's what I was thinking of. I think they are okay going in that new direction, but they've left that door ever so slightly ajar. So it's like if you reach a fork in the road they're building a third road there which can take them either.
Those things, they can bypass. They've got bypass.
So you're saying the team management has decided to take the fresh route, or were they only forced to take it because these two are not available?
No, I think they're okay sticking with the fresh route.
You think that they made up that?
But that asterisk is still there. That asterisk hasn't gone.
Also, since, and like I said earlier as well, when you talk about that footnote that's been mentioned in the press release, we've seen the footnote for 1 year now. Again, it's not been pronounced. We've been made to believe that these guys are always there on the outskirts. Never have we been told that they've been dropped. The word rested has been used. So there's nothing new. So maybe we're just getting overexcited. Who's to say?
No. Okay. Let me hear Shashwat.
I don't think so that they have sort of played safe as of now. If we
Why do they have to play safe? My point is that. Why does a BCCI need to play safe? If assuming that they have decided to go this way as Shane thinks they have, go that way. You are the BCCI. I'm just praising the selection committee, the chairman of selectors for taking those calls, strong calls. But then you're telling me that no, they have actually not taken a strong call. They have taken it because two players, senior players were not available. So this by default becomes a strong call. But why do you have to have this escape?
You know what's really confusing? It seems like they're doing it in a fear, and this is just me spitballing, I could be wrong, that they're doing it in a fear to not get, I don't know, trolled on social media by the Ians or the Tians.
What doesn't matter?
I agree with you. You know what's even funnier there? This is the same board that doesn't care one iota about the fan experience in any of their stadiums, to the point where the experience which you have in a stadium wherever you go in this country is terrible. But you're afraid of online trolling. You're afraid of the TNs.
I would be very surprised. I mean, if I was running the BCCI, I wouldn't. And at least, I do happen to know a few people who are responsible in those decision making. I don't think they are going to be too bothered about trolling. I don't think they're going to be bothered, and they should not be. If I am a selector and I'm getting paid to do my job, I would want to do it honestly. And let me become a selector. I'm going to think like a selector, and a selector needs to think in favor of Indian cricket. What is my job? My job is to pick a team that is capable of winning a tournament, right? Yeah. How is it that I've seen this team being played again and again and not being able to win a tournament? And I think that a young team is the way to go. A young team is my best chance of winning a tournament. I'm not here to please anybody. That's not what my job is. You can troll me, you can dislike me, whatever. And I feel that we sometimes discredit the players also, even senior players. I'm sure the senior players also someone would realize that. I mean, you're trying to tell me that a Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, once they had those disappointments, forget the ODI World Cup. They were outstanding, both of them. And I again say, you pick an ODI team, they should be there. They are in the world ODI team, forget about India's ODI team. Yeah. But in T20, if somebody else takes a decision, why do we always see that a player will be upset about it or angry about it? Why can't a player be looking at it this way that, you know what, I did give it a try. Virat could say, I was a captain on an occasion or two, could not happen. Then I was a player on a couple of occasions. I gave my best, I won India a few matches, but could not happen. Rohit will say the same. I was captain the last time around and in the Asia Cup, and could not happen. Maybe there is a thought that allow somebody else to play and win you that. If I'm the selector, I'm only looking at not any particular player. I'm not here to make friends. I'm looking at what should be done for India. And I'm saying this team, I have tried others. It's not even that I've not tried. It's not even I have personal biases. It's just that I don't like somebody's face, or he did not wish me good morning on Monday. I was walking the hotel corridor, so I'm upset with him. It's not even that. The players you're talking about have been given chances. They've attempted it on a few occasions. It's not happened. So finally, I'm now looking at another option for India to win. End of the day, your heart beats for India, not for a player or to please a player. So why should there be a...
Just a thought, do you think that it's just in the hand of the selectors to make this call if they will be part of the T20 World Cup or not? Because because you also have to see this factor that the broadcasters have paid a lot for the...
You cannot do that.
No, but don't you think, just a thought, I don't think so.
Thoughts are fine. My point is, if that was to happen, then you have reached doomsday in cricket, my friend. You have reached doomsday in cricket. And I am sorry, I'm not ready to accept it. I can blame the BCCI for a lot of things, and we have blamed them for a lot of things. But I don't think it's reached a stage where BCCI will take a diktat or even a suggestion, let me even put in mind, from the broadcaster as to what is to happen. No way, sir.
You're not getting bullied by the broadcaster. No way.
No chance.
No.
The other way around is likely.
Yeah.
No chance. You cannot. You have to make the team which you think is the best team for your country to win the tournament. You're not going to be taking this from the broadcaster. If anyone, no, it's a valid question that he throws, but if anyone has those doubts, and again, because we're in the field and we do cover this quite closely, I have never seen any indication, even a suggestion, and I have not even an iota of doubt that there is no involvement of the broadcaster when it comes to a selection of the team. Yes, I will add that once a team is selected and a certain player wants to rest or is skipping, like he's fit, deemed fit to be part, and he's a automatic choice and is skipping, they may be worried with that. But by the way, even there, they have no say, because you got to realize that workload management also needs to be done. Just because you have rights for a series, you want a certain star playing, he plays and he gets injured, he does not perform and it's a crucial tournament. Who's going to bear responsibility for that? The broadcaster. No chance. So I don't think there is any sort of pressure. Even if there is pressure, I don't think the BCCI or even the chairman of selector pay any heed to it. The selection is done purely on cricketing merit. We may agree and disagree on the merit. Somebody may think that an ex-player should be there. Somebody may think not. But I do not buy this. And with quite a lot of authority, I can tell you that this does not happen.
Yeah.
At least it's not happening yet. Who knows what happens in the future? Not happening yet. So why the asterisks?
Yeah, that is something that is really confusing me right now. And the way Rahul Dravid and Ajit Agarkar have managed things, I don't think they would be, in terms of how Shane sir said that it would be scared of the trolling, because they have really managed things very well. Because you have to remember, someone like a Virat Kohli, Hardik Pandya, even for that matter Rohit Sharma, aren't people who are easy to manage. While you had,
why aren't they easy
when you had Ravi Shastri and Virat Kohli, there were lot of reports of lots of rifts in the team and everything. So the way he has managed everything till now,
I get your point.
To be fair, big egos are always hard to manage.
No, but see, this is one thing, and this is something that we're not giving credit to Rahul Dravid, is that he has really brought the dressing room together, and this we've heard from multiple people. The kind of camaraderie, the bond that this team that was playing the ODI World Cup was sharing was incredible, and that was one of the major reasons why they were doing well. So you have to give credit to the captain and the coach for doing that. So big thumbs up to Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid to have done that. These are certain things that sometimes do not catch our eye, because you only see what's happening on the field and you judge players and coaches based on performances. But these are also things that happen behind the scenes, and I'm telling you, after having heard from a lot of people in the know of things, that this was indeed the contribution of the captain primarily and the support of the coach that they created that. And so that's a great thing.
I'd add T. Dilip as well for introducing that medal.
Yeah.
By the way, that also multiple reports suggesting that it really, and we've heard it from players. In fact, all those activities.
No, but I'm saying the culture of a team.
Of course, but of course, it was all led by.
But there were these small little things that everyone would have contributed. But the thing, so that they have done. But I also believe that whatever little I know of an Ajit Agarkar and a Rahul Dravid, that they are strong personalities, and while they could be very amiable, they'll always listen to suggestions. I've seen them sit and talk to Rohit Sharma when he was captain, both the chairman of selectors and the coach, multiple times, take his feedback, give their own feedback, and then mutually come at a decision. I've seen all of that. Has been done very well. But I also know that when a decision has to be taken, they will express their opinion and say it without feeling uncomfortable or feeling any sort of pressure that I can't be saying this to a Virat or Rohit. I know Ajit Agarkar will do it. I know Rahul Dravid will do it. So which is why I'm not surprised that if the team has taken this path, and I would like to believe that they have taken that path, and I believe that this is the path that the team is going to take for the T20 World Cup. Also, If somebody's asked for rest, fine, fair enough. Now you hardly have any T20s left. What are you going to do? This T20 team keeps performing non-stop, doing really well as they're doing in this series, then to do well in the South Africa series. Then about 3 T20Is before the World Cup, you change all that. That can't happen. It happened in the ODI World Cup because a couple of players are injured. But it can't happen like that. Now you can't be resting. So firstly, I believe this is the team. This is the team you should stick with and go. And in case opinions can vary, and there were some people who are of the opinion, and if the whole management decided that no, the team has to be with a Rohit and a Virat, then they should have been asked to play now. The rest could have been given for ODIs because the T20 World Cup is not too far away. Then let's see them play now. You can't have your cake and eat it too, that so close to the T20 World Cup you won't play a certain series, want to rest, fair. But then when the World Cup is about to be there, one series before that everyone will play. That's not fair on the guys that will be performing. Yashasvi Jaiswal, Ruturaj Gaikwad, your Tilak Verma, Rinku Singh, all they keep performing, and then you tell 2-3 of them go. No boss, not happening. I see it, and I said it yesterday when we were discussing on our dugout as to what you see the T20 team is going to be like for the T20 World Cup. We had different opinions. I had said I see a new team playing, and that while this is not the team for the T20 World Cup, I think the indications are there, for me at least, that this is the path that has been decided by the powers that be. And I think this is the path that the Indian team is going to take. Barring, I just mentioned 3 players, Hardik Pandya, Shami and Bumrah. You would like to bring them back.
That's it. Those are the only 3 who are realistically coming back. And of course, even there's extenuating circumstances. Bumrah, you're giving a bit of rest. Shami is on medical this thing, and so is Hardik Pandya.
And also possibility that because they are such senior players, they would have requested that we would ourselves come out and would want to tell the people that we will not be playing the T20 World Cup till then, like which we saw with MS Dhoni also before he retired. He was rested till the time he actually did not come out and announce his retirement. So it could be the same case for someone like a Rohit, Virat and KL, so is very clear now. So that is also a possibility.
Absolutely.
I'm just wondering what the case would be for Ravindra Jadeja. I think he's there, so he's there in the T20s but not in the ODIs, right?
But they would be there for tests also then.
So maybe just workload management that you're looking at.
Because now see, I'm not even looking so much at the ODI score. I'll tell you why. Because in the ODIs, you're not going to be focusing on your main players. You don't need them now. So if a Virat or a Rohit, if you ask me, Virat and a Rohit, should they be part of the ODI team? Yes, they should be. They definitely deserve to be in your number. If they're not playing, I know, because what's the need to play now? T20 World Cup you need to play, but it's a few months away. ODI is fine. But coming to the ODI team, and I think the most interesting bit there is, and I don't know what your opinion on that is going to be, but for me, the most interesting bit there is that KL Rahul is captain. KL Rahul is captain. I know that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli have asked for rest. And of course, when they are available, they should be part of the ODI team. No questions asked. No questions asked. They are 2 of the best ODI batters in the world, let alone in Indian team. They should come. But my point is this a long-term thing of KL Rahul being the ODI captain?
I really hope it isn't. Because again, great as a batter that he's been in ODIs for the past year, my reservation is not about his batting performances, but over his captaincy.
Okay, not him as such. Maybe if Hardik was available, he would have been the captain. I'm just saying.
Oh, then yes.
Okay, let me rephrase the question. Is it a permanent thing that you're looking at a new captain in ODIs now because the ODI World Cup is over? Is this a sign towards that?
Could be.
Could be.
Really could be.
I think you are Hardik Pandya here, he's your captain. Don't think you're looking
but
at
we just agreed on, all of you agreed on, that Rohit and Virat deserve to be there in the ODI team. So once they're back, doesn't Rohit then become captain?
Till the Champions Trophy, yes.
Does.
That's what my question was.
Does.
Is this a long-term thing that the captain in ODI is somebody else, or is it only because Rohit has asked for rest that somebody else is captain?
No, I think it's going to be Rohit Sharma who's going to captain the ODI side at least till the 25 Champions Trophy for sure, because it's just a year after. It's in 25
2 years.
25
2 years,
Year and a half.
A year and a half. So I think it's going to be till the time Rohit Sharma himself doesn't want to continue playing in the ODI format, I don't think that's the case. Because
So he comes back as
he
captain.
comes back. As
No, I would want him to.
Yeah.
I just
Exactly.
wanted to know
Yeah,
whether
he
this is
comes back.
And given how the World Cup played out, there's little reason for change in leadership as far as ODI format is concerned.
So there is one, you want to look at the long term. He's not long term.
But what's long term like? Okay, even after 25, you're looking at the next World Cup only in 27 then.
Exactly.
So that's again a 2-year period for you to then transition.
I want to know, do you see Rohit Sharma play the next World Cup 2027? No. ODI?
Don't think so.
Right? So then comes the point that if he is not going to be playing the next World Cup 2027, when are you going to change your ODI captain?
You changed this time around what, 2 years back from the World Cup, right? November 21, I think that change happened after the during the South Africa series. So again, the same logic. You looked at a 2-year window there. Why can't you look at 2-year window starting 25? It's 27. You're playing the next World Cup. Right now, things are, it looks like a well-oiled machine. Like we said, we have the right template. We've got the right sort of a game plan, execution as well as far as ODI cricket is concerned. Why disturb that right now? Let's have a window. We're looking at windows. Let 23 to 25 be one window for me. 23 to 27 will be the next window for me.
But I think what they're trying to also do, and again, if you look at this ODI squad without some of the quote-unquote senior players, it's a few fresh faces there, and they are trying to expand the talent pool for ODIs as well. Yes,
Which
you
is
have,
fair.
Yeah, yes, you have a Rohit. Yes, you've got a Virat, but you can't be reliant on them forever. And both of them are getting up there in age. We have to be honest. I mean, look at some of the names here. Sai Sudarshan comes in from absolutely nowhere. Tilak Chalu, you can say he's played. I think he had a couple of ODIs in the West Indies, did he? I think he
Asia
played.
Cup also.
I think he played some ODIs. I was in the squad. One or
He
the
played
other.
in the Asia Cup also.
Yeah. Then see, you've got Rajat Patidar back from out of nowhere. Rinku Singh in ODIs. So you are looking at, yes, I'm the president of the Rinku Singh fan club, but
No, the two names I'm really happy to see in the ODI squad. One is Rinku Singh, of course. The other is Sai Sudarshan.
Yes.
He was so good in the few games that we've seen in the recent
IPL,
past.
yeah.
Outstanding IPL and then the Asia Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Asian Games. Outstanding. He's a proper all-rounder. Outstanding spinner. Very good batter. Good fielder. So I'm really happy to see his name in there, and of course the other name is Rinku Singh. But I just wanted to touch upon that captaincy thing. My personal opinion is, just as I was hell-bent on T20 cricket, young guys, go with that. It's okay if you've left a few seniors, it's time to start afresh. In ODI cricket, I believe that Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli are a must. They should be there. So if Rohit Sharma was fit and available, he should have been captain. If you ask me, I would want him to continue as captain till Champions Trophy, because that's not too far, year and a half. Let him be captain till the end. After that, look at the future and get in a new captain for the next 2 years for the 50 over World Cup. Virat, of course, as a player, I think will continue, and he's fit enough to be playing the next ODI World Cup, and he should. I think that's what it should. My only worry here is, I do not know, and this is something that Shashwat said, I do not know what Rohit Sharma's mindset is. From what we are getting to hear, is that he's very distraught after that loss. He and Virat Kohli were, of course, crying in the dressing room for a long time. Now they've asked for a break from white ball cricket. You don't know what's going through their mind. I do not know whether Rohit Sharma is still motivated enough to come back. We know that he wants to play Test cricket. And I hope he continues to play ODI cricket at least for a couple of years. But if he has made up his mind that no, I'm done, I just want to play, I'll play IPL, of course, and I'll play my Test match cricket. But I do not want to play, and I want to give youngsters a chance going forward, because I've done with the World Cup. I think it's only fair that a young team now starts building for the next 50 over World Cup. If that is his mindset, then I'm afraid you are seeing a new dawn in ODI cricket as well, where you will see a new captain, whether that's KL, whether it's Hardik when he comes back, I don't know. But I'm just saying that's one thing to be, very wary of, and we need to follow, because we do not know what Rohit Sharma is feeling at the moment. That's going to be very important. As I said, I hope that he gets over that disappointment and he makes himself available, because I think Indian cricket team and Indian ODI team needs him, and he should lead them and not suddenly just pull out of the ODI format. That's one thing. The other thing to notice in this ODI team, apart from that captaincy and the good players that we mentioned, Sai Sudarshan and Rinku Singh coming in, the other very important thing is there is no Surya Kumar Yadav in the ODI squad, and that also tells you a story. that probably what you tried to achieve with the Surya Kumar Yadav in ODI, you have now finally put an end to that experiment. That Surya Kumar Yadav experiment, you tried it for many times. You tried to push him to different position in the batting order also. Finally said no, number 6 will be position. I think this is a clear indication that that's it. He's going to be your T20 player for sure. Even your T20 captain at the moment with no Hardik. Who knows when Hardik is fit, when he comes back, could be a long-term T20 captain. We don't know. Funny things have happened in Indian cricket. But your Surya Kumar Yadav experiment in ODI cricket is also done. Is a clear indication of this. Even in this team, I think this is pretty much the team that you should be going with in the future. Of course, you will have your bowlers back in Siraj and Shami and Bumrah. I'm not saying for very long term. I'm just looking at Champions Trophy. I think they should come back. And then and of course Jadeja. They've all been rested from ODI. They come back, and your pretty much ODI team is there, including Virat and Rohit Sharma. Now let's turn our attention to the.
Which is good, by the way, because this experiment ideally should have ended after the West Indies tour, but they pushed it.
I think it was too close to the World Cup.
That's right.
But again, you had all the evidence, you had all the reasons, but again, you were just maybe it was the clock ticking on you or whatever it is.
It was.
You were trying to achieve something, but you were forcing, let's say, because the belief was such. Chalo, see clear.
But as much as I would want someone like a Rohit Sharma to captain the ODI side till the 25 Champions Trophy, I would want the vice captain whom you would be grooming to captain after the 25 Champions Trophy. I would want that person to be in the loop, because what will happen is that once you're done with the Champions Trophy, you'll just have 2 years to build the team for the 27 World Cup. So if that captain isn't in the loop, and if his points aren't being kept there, and if he doesn't know what is going on, you would be judging that captain on the basis of that one World Cup, and you're just giving him 2 years. So that is something I think that transition needs to be done very smoothly, and for that someone like Rahul Dravid I think is a very good person who could help in that. I remember the transition Dhoni and Virat did. That was a very smooth transition, but all that was also because of the kind of the captain Dhoni is. So here that is something that could really be very important. So the vice captain here, if it is KL Rahul, then that you have to choose very
it's not KL though, it's Hardik.
Yeah, then it will be Hardik. Yes.
Then it's most likely Hardik. We know Hardik. Hardik was the vice captain in the World Cup. The only reason KL's captaining is because
Hardik's not there.
It's kind of like if Prince Harry became the King of England. The other two options were gone.
Okay, next card please.
Also, we mentioned about Sai Sudarshan and why people are wondering how come he's there. I was looking at his list and numbers. Man average is 65 right now.
He is brilliant.
I love the guy.
Sai Sudarshan, man, hear it from us. Yeah, watch out for him.
I really almost envy GT in some ways that they have both him and Sai Kishore in the same team. Madness. That's good scouting.
He even had a really good emerging Asia Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A couple of 100 and 190 if I'm not wrong.
Okay, the team for the 2 test matches. You've got Rohit Sharma,
Captain.
Shubman Gill, Yashashvi, see he's there. So there's a good chance then Rohit and Yashashvi open. Shubman at number 3, Virat Kohli at 4. But then there will be Shreyas at 5. Ruturaj is your backup opener. Ishan Kishan is there. Ooh,
KL is
at
there
6.
as well.
And KL, by the way, is also being designated as a wicket keeper.
That's an interesting one. He could be. For all you know, you could still have Rohit, Shubman open, Shreyas at 3, or KL at 3. KL's open. KL at 3. Then Virat at 4.
Shreyas at 5.
Shreyas at 5.
Possible. Possible.
Lots of combinations you can make.
Yeah. And you could even then play Ishan also.
As a pure bat.
Yeah. Just saying. But I think that would be.
Seems a bit much.
So your most likely batting lineup would be Yashashvi Jaiswal, Rohit Sharma open, Shubman 3, Virat 4, Shreyas 5, or KL 5, Shreyas 6. Possible. KL 5, Shreyas 6. KL also a wicket keeper. Then you get your all-rounder in Ravindra Jadeja at 7. Then you get, let's say, an Ashwin, hypothetically, at
Three spinners in South Africa? I doubt.
Oh, but I'm just saying a regular test team with, let's say, 2 spinner, we'll change it at 8. Ashwin at 8. Ashwin / Shardul, okay, at 8. Done. Depending on the conditions, right? So that's 8 done. Then your 9, 10, 11 are your fast bowlers. That's Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, and Mohammad Siraj. That's your test team, Mike.
And I think it will be Mukesh if Shami is not fit well.
If Shami is not fit.
Because he's done well in red ball. So.
Or you'll go with the Prasid.
No.
You could in South Africa.
Oh yeah, hard lengths would work.
He bowls those hard lines. Sometimes he needs some bit of pace. Never know.
Never know.
Either way. So that's the test team. So the big surprise there, anything?
None.
Other than the fact that KL Rahul is your wicket keeper, comes back.
I mean, none really. We were expecting there'd be no Pujara and no Rahane. It's been confirmed. I almost said Rahane was a short-term fix. I know a lot of people saying, no, he'll be back for South Africa. It would have been a miracle and a half if we were back for South Africa. So he's not there. No Pujara. Pujara, in fact, wasn't there. No West Indies either, so not expected. Beyond that, nothing. I think Rituraj was the opener backup in West Indies as well, so they're sticking with him. All in all, no. I think Prasid is the only slight surprise, but good on him.
Yeah, I think, you're looking at him in T20 where he's getting hammered. It's a different game. I think those hard lanes, South African pitches will kind of suit him as well.
Yeah.
Different format he could. And he was your replacement for Ishant Sharma, don't forget.
Yeah.
And that's, you needed a tall, hitting hard length sort of a bowler on pitches where you sometimes they can go up and down when those cracks start coming in the second inning. Needed a fast bowler like that, so I think they've gone for that as a like for like.
The good thing here, at least in the test side, is there's a designated vice captain. In the ODIs, there's not.
Bumrah is your vice captain.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that. Only, don't you think we should have had a new vice captain so that grooming for the test captaincy would have also been done?
And if we were to
Why
just
can't Bumrah be that?
Because it's almost the same age group, Bumrah and Rohit Sharma. Because that approx.
What are you saying?
Approximately. He's
29 or 36.
He's 36. He's approximately 30 now. Bumrah.
Then so is Hardik.
Would you give
Pandya?
not a Hardik? You would not have given Hardik Pandya captain.
Hardik has 30.
KL Rahul
31.
something. So no, Jasprit Bumrah, I think, and Pat Cummins can be captain for Australia, and he's the Test champion captain
And ODI champion captain.
and a
And Ashes
winner.
captain. And Ashes captain.
winner.
I think he's now prompted him to come up with another Insta story after this comment of his.
Which one?
Silence is the best answer.
Okay.
Like, what's his next one going to be? Haters going to hate.
Let's take some questions now.
He wasn't ready for that. Too much TV work we've been giving him.
What TV work? Okay, let's go. Okay, just from there. Okay, leave it. Okay, let's start with
Fastest fingers first.
go.
Ashish Dar says, can't selectors be paid lucrative salaries so that great Indian players can be part of the selection team rather than broadcasting? And I lost it there. Must empower selectors, but they're doing that.
They are paying them a bomb.
Active sum.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, reports suggest 3 CR is
Yes,
what
Ajit Agarkar, I was
Agarkar-
just going to check that, is at 3 CR if I'm not mistaken.
And that is a big bump up from what your previous chief selector was getting.
A crore and a half. So he's now gone to 3 crores.
3 crores.
And
you are compensating your head coach, everyone, people applying. It happened last time around as well, where even when Ravi Shastri was involved. So you're looking at very good compensation for all roles, by the way. Be it the backroom staff, be it the head coach, be it selectors. The BCCI, again, that is something you can't hold against the BCCI. They are trying to compensate for all those, let's say, broadcasting money that they would have then lost out on, in terms of giving them good, plump salaries, so that, more and more people are always thinking of wanting to help Indian cricket and be there and be dying to work for Indian cricket, as you were talking earlier as well, and not be thinking about money, let's say.
Only Indian cricket.
H. Whatever that H stands
No,
for.
there's something not fitting in. Okay, he was on logic of bringing T20 flops like Jadeja and Iyer.
I mean, Jadeja, I think we're being harsh on. So same with Iyer, because Iyer again was in the reckoning even in 2022. Lost out in the end to Deepak Hooda only because Deepak Hooda provided a bowling option. Otherwise, he was playing T20s throughout. And in fact, since the time the 3 seniors have been dropped, no Rohit, no Virat, and no KL. Shreyas has been your de facto 4. Surya has been pushed up to 3, so he's been there. As for Jadeja, I understand where it comes from. I think with the bat he's been a bit underwhelming. But are you getting anyone better than him on his day? You're not.
No.
So you have to stick with him.
I see no reason not to have these guys.
Exactly.
You're gonna have them continue, and your other option is Akshar for Jadeja. Ask me to pick one between the two.
I'm going for Jadeja.
Jadeja any day. You just won CSK and IPL, my friends.
Yeah, and also a year those spinning there would be slower tracks.
A year he is good for T20. Give him that chance. He's been doing it. I think sometimes we've been unfair to him as well. Arithro Pathak from the US is saying Dravid learned from Chappell how to bring people together. Being cheeky, my friend. Naughty. Karthik saying Jaddu vice captain. Wow. Doesn't deserve a place in T20s. No contribution with the bat in international T20 format. A year on South African pitches will be a test. Bumrah X factor in test.
No, what do you mean? A year on SA pitches will be a test?
Last time around,
how dare we question his short ball prowess?
No, plus I think last time around he did well.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, I think he came on in the ODI series, if I'm not mistaken, and got you runs. Check on that. Check out the ODI scorecards. If I'm not top of my memory, I think he came and he
Are you talking about the one which was before the T20 World Cup?
No, when they went for the tour, the test.
They
played ODIs, and I think he did well. Again, just check those scorecards of those.
No, but this Mahal is incorrect. I'm standing up against this Mahal.
No, but all I'm saying is the proof of the pudding is in its eating. Let him play. Whether he's weak against short pitch bowling or not, has he got runs in front of his name?
Yes,
that's what counts. He's going to South Africa. Once the tour ends, see the number of runs he's got. Then he gets out to a Yorker or a short pitch ball
or a slow ball
or whatever is another thing. Has he got runs? Has he got runs at a quick strike rate? If you're looking white ball cricket, those should be the 2 yardsticks you measure him by. Did he help you win a game or 2? That's it. That's what you need to look at. Simple.
Praneeth Datta says, does this mean the end of Rohit and Virat in T20s?
Praneeth, Praneeth may have sent the chat earlier, but Praneeth, we spent a good half hour just talking about that. So do check out the video at the start, or maybe you did, but you sent the question then and we've just seen it now.
Yes, with an asterisk.
There you go. Yes, with an. Okay, just anyway. Okay, let's take Aditya Palekar. He says other teams who have won in recent past is because they back their players in every format. They are consistent with their team, whereas India keep on changing team for every format as well as series.
Good point.
But can I tell you this rotation? Sometimes Indian team gets criticized, but it's not always fair. You look at rotation, and even Australia does a lot of that. They are the T20, the ODI World Champions as well as the Test Champions, and were also the T20 champions not too long ago. So they won every format, and they do a lot of rotation too, my friend. So I think sometimes you need to do it. Such is the calendar, and to be fair to the players, this was never the case. Nowadays, you don't have an off season. They're playing non-stop throughout the year. What do? You need to rotate players. But I agree that in the lead up to the tournament, now the last 10, 12 games, 15 games, you need to bring your full team together, as India did for this ODI World Cup. A lot of those ODIs weren't played by some of the regulars. Some were unfit and injured as well. Agreed. But once they were, then they continued to play, and then the results there for everyone to see. So I guess, that happens. But have a consistent policy, and that's why I'm saying for T20s, now if you've gone this way, you've taken one route, stick on it. Please stick on it. See the next World Cup. Then we'll take it from there. KK wants to know, when are we going to see another all-rounder, fast bowling all-rounder apart from Hardik?
Soon.
How do you know?
There are a lot of that they mentioned, someone like Ripple Patel and all these people. There are a lot of people.
Mention again those same people.
Ripple Patel. You have Venkatesh Iyer. Whenever he has played for India, he hasn't got the opportunity with the ball.
I'm a big Venki Iyer fan, but his bowling less than better.
But yeah,
better than a bowler.
In the domestic circuit, there are a few who are fast bowling.
What about Shivam Dube?
Dube is also, I think,
bowling is
a batter.
Yeah.
He can be a T20 bowler for an over or two. at best to try and break a partnership. But I hasn't seen. But again, the point is also, should you keep trying them again and again? What we do is like one match they get hammered and their confidence falls. Even the captain's confidence falls, and they never from there on.
Yeah, but I mean, see, if it were certain captains or certain franchises, sure. But Shivam Dube hasn't bowled a ball in the IPL since that 2022 game against, I think, Punjab Kings, where in the 19th over he lost them the match.
Did he not bowl?
This year he didn't bowl at all.
Must have bowled an
No,
over or two.
he didn't. He didn't bowl. That's the point. He didn't.
Not a single ball.
Not a single ball. He was. I mean, Dhoni was turning to Tushar Deshpande in the death, but not to Shivam Dube.
I got a couple of 90s, I remember though. So yeah, with the bat.
With the bat, he was phenomenal.
He was
no two ways about it. Bowling lesser.
He bowled in the Asian Games.
Even there, he got tongued, by the way.
Okay, Rohit Dagar is saying why no Gilly is number 1 in ODIs, but in ODIs I think what they're doing is, as I said, they are resting those players. See, ODI focus is not there, na?
Yeah.
Next big tournament is Champions Trophy, so I don't think there is any focus right now on that. So of course he's going to be there once you have a proper team.
Yeah, in fact, right now he's probably one of your few guaranteed all-format players.
Exactly.
So if he's not there in ODIs, it's because he's being rested, not because he's being dropped.
Yep.
Rest assured.
Piyush Tandre.
He says if DK made a comeback in the squad on the basis of current form, why are we ruling out Rohit or Kohli to make a comeback if they have fantastic IPL season?
Because of the way DK's World Cup played out thereafter. Pretty bang average.
Exactly. What did you gain with bringing back DK? Tell me. There is your answer. You've given the example and also given the answer. That's why.
Yeah, sure. I get your point. Valid. That on the basis of a very good 2022, he made it back. But then what happened in the World Cup? That's your reason why you shouldn't trust.
At that time also, I think you did not.
Go ahead, finish your point.
You did not have a full-time finisher. Did you have someone? You didn't drop anyone. You did not have a full-time finisher, and that team was built by the previous management. So that was a carrying forward. That was at that time Rahul Dravid was pretty new, and that was a carrying forward team. A finisher role wasn't there. At that role, Dinesh Karthik did extremely well in the IPL. Now, when you're building onto this World Cup, you're trying to cover all the roles previously only before you end up in the World Cup also.
If that T20 World Cup was happening today, and you had an option to bring a Dinesh Karthik, you would not, because you were gone with a Rinku Singh.
Exactly.
That time you didn't.
Yeah.
That time your keeper was supposed to be a finisher, and Pant's returns were poor. Let's be honest.
So there was no replacement. That's why you went with DK. Now when you're talking about an opener or top order, you've got a Yashasvi Jaiswal, you've got a Ruturaj Gaikwad, you will have Shubman Gill come back. Plenty of options there.
In fact, that's what Naval Singh was saying. He's saying that if Ritu, Tilak, Ishan, any of these guys don't have a good IPL, it would be huge pressure on the selectors to pick them over the seniors, because we know they are influenced a lot. His words, not mine.
His point is valid. But again, that's where you want to see, just as you say, you need consistency with the captain picking his team. You need consistency from the selectors also in picking the team that they should. And I would like to see that. And I would like to believe that the team management and the folks who are running the BCCI at the moment will have that courage to pick that. It's nothing is personal. It's never against. Why do we always see it like that? It's personal against the team. You're just trying to pick the best team that there is available to play for India. And I guess sometime we start thinking that the player will feel like this player. Sometimes players understand that as well.
This is part of the game.
Yeah, mature players have played a lot. So final question.
I'll take John, who says that how is it possible that a country of 1.4 billion cricket crazy don't have a single high quality all-rounder?
That's true.
Yeah.
I just gave the example the other day. You have like Australia, so many fast bowling all-rounders. Yeah, I saw the Hardy the other day and I was like, how many can they produce? They have a Stoinis, they have a Green, Cummins, I mean, all them are, and for us we have to wait for generations to get one.
We had Kapil. And then we had Hardik.
Beach we had Irfan Pathan, or you tried to make them.
We tried to make
the chief selector also.
Yeah.
To be fair, Ajit could have been that person. Being very frank, he is phenomenally underrated as a batter.
Yeah, but he needed. I agree. He was quite talented as a batter. Bowler, though, no doubt, but as a batter too. It's just that if he had taken his batting more seriously,
I think he would have been that person.
But isn't it a problem?
The thing with Ajit was his stance would not make him look so good, but he was good actually with the bat.
No, in his,
But his stance was very.
in his junior days, he was a batter. Later,
Actually, the stance thing also was a criticism of the time.
being a batter, and you can imagine even in junior cricket to play for Mumbai as a batter, you needed to be a
Yeah.
good enough batter.
Very good.
Yeah.
But his stance was very like he's scared of the bowler coming from. He was in a shell.
A little-
and,
But man, he could donk it.
A little tentative.
He had the record for the fastest 50, right?
Yeah.
The longest time. I think.
Yes.
So he
He
looked
still does.
scared, but
I think it stands.
100 at Lords.
100 at
100 Lords. But 6 ducks as well. And then raise the bat.
remember that?
I also feel that this is a problem from the grassroots only because once who doesn't bowl as a youngster when you start playing cricket, you like to do both the things. You might have a preference to do one thing more, but you try to do both the things. Once you get into the domestic circuit playing a 14 or a 16 or a 19, when you play that, it is always said and done that whoever is bowling doesn't tend to get to bat up the order, even if he or she for that matter is a good batter. So that is a problem I think that needs to be looked at more.
Maybe encourage all-rounders.
I tell the ST Blues the same thing.
That's a different argument.
No, he is also saying from personal experience that you give me the new ball, but then don't send me high up to bat.
And he's also saying from personal experience. So remember, he wanted to bat at 5.
No, we have seen.
Yeah.
No number 7.
You
No.
didn't see 9 runs, 3 balls the other day.
Number 7 is best.
Okay. Akadwara says one name I'm curious is Hardik. If he had won a title in GT, his case for World T20 was.
But he
shown.
has won a title with GT and he's your
We'll
captain.
say again if he had won. But I think Shane's right. Once he's fit, he will still slot in as the captain.
If he fits, he sits. In the playing 11, that is, not on the bench.
Okay, final question. Varun Parvataneni says, surprised to see Sanju back after the ODI snub. I doubt he would start. Hope he has a huge impact, just not a contribution.
I mean, if he makes a good impact in ODIs, then he'll be playing T20Is
But
next year.
as something that we've been saying on Sports Today for the longest time, and it keeps proving itself to be right again and again, is that when it's a T20 World Cup year, or if the year meaning the focus is, then Sanju will play ODIs. When it is the ODI World Cup year where the focus is on ODI, Sanju will play T20.
The selectors will do an Ono reverse on Sanju.
They've done that to Yuzi also now.
Yuzi
Sad.
has become that player also.
He's just been.
They've been Uno
Not doing
reverse.
much wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
Poor
But his
guys.
confidence has really been a little.
Impacted?
Piyush Nandre, you're being naughty. He says if Bahuma can lead South Africa T20 squad, why not Rohit? Piyush Nandre, therein lies your answer. See what you're comparing him with.
Exactly.
Apples and oranges.
Apples and Bada apples.
Okay, last one.
Karthik K.
He says that Australia and South Africa have more fast bowling all-rounders since they have bouncy fast pitches. In India, more often than not, we'll only find spinning all-rounders. That's why I come back to Shashwat's point where he says it's a grassroots problem. Because if you look at most international wickets now, how many really spin? They don't. You have flat, fast, bouncy decks only. But that's not necessarily the case in grassroots. So maybe that's why you'll get more guys who'll...
But the facilities for the grassroots cricketers have really gotten much better.
agree.
Yeah, you cannot say they are not. That's the basic nature. They are a little slow, but they are not rank turners.
Exactly.
In fact, there are pretty good wickets also. If
I mean,
you
some of the
go-
ones we play on
Yeah, if you
are
go to
in
somewhere like a Gurgaon or somewhere, there they have like pretty good wickets.
Nice and flat.
Nice.
Only
and
for you
bright.
to, let's say if you are playing in Delhi NCR and then of course you will graduate from playing in Gurgaon and NCR to then playing what the mecca of cricket here is, which is the Firozshah Kotla. You play over there only to graduate to come to this ground where the ball doesn't bounce much. Then
turns a mile.
why will I in the first place? I know that about this. Why will I be motivated?
I mean, why would you?
My numbers will ultimately get affected.
When
No,
considering
but
what we
we
know.
saw the relayed wicket in Kotla during
It was very good.
Just for
For
one
2
match.
games, it was good game.
One
It was
match.
good.
No, 2 games.
All ODI World Cup games.
Yeah.
No, actually, see the England-Afghanistan match, it spun. The 2
And
games,
those
it
days
was-
as well.
The English players was
Yeah.
they were of course
exactly.
spooked.
But
No
no,
worries
no.
about it.
Just the conditions that Afghanistan wanted.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we call it a night?
Yes.
Indian cricket has changed.
Big day. I'm happy. I was very happy. I think it's safe to say that after the disappointment of the World Cup final, those two T20I wins, I was thinking will give me joy, but did not give me that much joy. I think the team selection today has kind of given me that joy because I can see the roadmap, and I hope this roadmap is followed. That's all.
But you have also seen the footnote also.
Yes, I've seen it, but
I'll
think
focus on
that-
the positives.
I'm going to focus. I'm going to ignore that
I'll be
for now. Going to cut out the outside noise.
This celebration.
Roadmap is there
No,
without.
that's not outside noise. That is
inside noise.
On that note, by the way, a few folks might be in trouble today for the reporting they did of the teams. That
Oh,
Oh my goodness! We're getting some dressing downs in the editor.
Some really getting some plaudits, but the others getting brickbats.
But this race to finish first might end you at last.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Bye. Take care. Good night. Vanakkam. Nandri. Shabba
Shabba
khair.
khair.
Shubh Ratri.
Bye.